Welcome to the Midnight Matinee with your host and hostess, Robert and Angie Curtis.
Welcome, everyone, back to the Midnight Matinee.
Yep.
We're back again with another Halloween movie. This one's number
24.
Number 24
of our 31 days of
Halloween demonic possession movies. And this one is...
So many demonic possession movies.
Hmm?
So many demonic...
So many. This is the Curse of La Llorona.
Yeah. So here's a brief synopsis. It is... the film follows a social worker in the 1970s Los Angeles who, after ignoring the warnings of a troubled mother, finds herself and her children drawn into a supernatural conflict with a malevolent spirit.
Malevolent.
I guess this is actually folklore, I guess, in the Hispanic, Mexican, Central America.
Yeah.
That she basically, the story goes that a mother drowned her 2 children after she found her husband cheating on her.
Yeah.
And so she is the weeping woman who takes other people's children, I guess, near bodies of water.
Yeah. Seems kind of dumb as far as mythos and folklore goes, because, like, if her husband cheated on her, then why did she drown her kids? Why wouldn't she drown him?
Yeah, we said
it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it. And then now she goes and drowns other kids who find their way down to the water. Like,
or they think that maybe they're being abused or something.
Like, I don't understand this one at all. And the relation, because the reason why this movie falls here is because it's part of the Conjuring verse, which is one of the weakest attachments to a universe in all of filmdom, is because the father who took Annabelle in the first Annabelle movie,
Father Perez,
is in this movie. So that's how this movie fits into the Conjuring verse. It's the weakest connection ever. And when they marketed this movie, they didn't say anything about the Conjuring verse in it initially. It does now, because the thing on the streaming title says, a part of the Conjuring verse. So that's why.
Yeah.
That's why we watched it in this place.
Yes.
It takes place in 1973.
Los Angeles, completely different coast than the Warrens.
Yeah, it's all totally different than...
I mean, everything is different. Like, I was very surprised to find it was even part of the Conjuring universe.
Yeah. It seems like an after... To me, it seems like this movie was already made, and they were like, this is going to bomb. Nobody's going to come see this in theaters. So let's call this actor up from the Conjuring universe, from the Conjuring movies, and we'll rewrite a couple scenes and have him show up in this movie. And then that will be our tie-in, so we can say this is a part of the Conjuring verse, and then that'll at least get people in the door, right? But you would think that that would backfire, because they're going to sit down and they're going to watch this movie and be like, wow, this is dumb. Like, they keep doing dumb things over and over again in this movie, and it's not like the plot is redeeming or the acting is, next level, or it's just, like, it's not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
No, I didn't much care for it. In fact, I had a hard time even staying focused on it.
Yeah.
Just like, this is just like another one of those movies.
Well, the actress, the Linda Cardellini, who plays the mom, works at CPS, and the only thing I know her as, she was Hawkeye's wife in the
Marvel universe,
in the Marvel movies, right? So that's the only movie I think that I've ever seen her in. That she was mad enough to turn Hawkeye into Ronin. So he's out murdering people in the streets of Japan to get revenge because Thanos took his wife away from him. But that's a better plot than this.
I know Hawkeye was run over by a snowplow of his own doing.
Yeah, right.
Nah, go into that.
Yeah, we shouldn't, because it's dumb.
Reel it back.
The whole thing is dumb. But yeah, there's no good actors in this. I mean, they're not bad actors, but I mean, they're
no notable names.
Yeah, there's no big names,
and no one stands out in terms of their performance, in my opinion.
Yeah. No.
I mean, I really don't have much to say.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, as far as like cursed movies go and like urban legend movies go, this is a weak offering into both of those.
How could it even classify as per se a demonic possession?
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's technically like a ghost story,
right? Because she's like a ghost, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is she like a vengeful ghost? She's like a yokai. Well, you know what I mean? Like she's a Japanese spirit. I don't understand it at all. Honestly, it's all lost on me. And there's like, so. Spoilers, because this movie's terrible. You shouldn't go see it. So the mom in the beginning who is this? Patricia Alvarez, right? She is locking her kids in a closet to keep them safe from La Llorona.
But we don't know that at the beginning. All we know is that they come in.
This mom not going to school,
and she's got them all locked up.
Right.
So you're like, what kind of mom locks up? You know, is she having some kind of mental breakdown? Is she just, what do they call it now? She's crashing.
Yeah, she's crashing out.
Crashing
basically.
out. That seems like the new buzzword. Everywhere I look, he's crashing out on screen.
Right. Well, and the whole this is another one of those tropes in movies that just really gets under my skin. It's like, if someone would just come out and say what's going on in the very beginning, then it wouldn't degenerate into this full-blown battle. You know what I mean? Like, you see that a lot in movies nowadays, where like someone's like, well, why are you even here? You know, like there's all this anger for no reason. Well, this movie's like that. Like, the mom is all like, get out of my house, you don't understand what's going on. And then they're like, that's not even an option. We got all the police here, we're going to take your kids, right?
Yeah.
And then she's just like assaults the police officer, so they arrest her. And then they break open the door and find the kids are in there, and their arms are all burned up and everything. And they're like, well, who did this to you? And the idiot kid says, well, she did. Like, she meaning La Llorona. But because he said she did, they think the mom did it.
So right? They haul her away.
So it's like layers of dumb in this family, right? So then they're marked, and they have a certain amount of time before La Llorona, I guess, gets bored and goes on to a new family. Like, it's the weirdest sub-story. You're like, is there like a book somewhere that we were supposed to get when we walked in the theater?
Well, what about the bodies of water? Like, why weren't these kids, they were in a closet. They weren't near water. Right. Like, it breaks its own rules. Yeah. Like, what, are they going to go in the bathtub or something? Like, that's a whole nother thing, because it's like streams I guess. And ponds, right, is what the thing is. The whole thing is, urban legends are supposed to teach kids a lesson about things to be safe about. Like, and the whole idea of La Llorona is, don't go down to the pond, don't go down to the stream by yourself, because you could fall in and drown. Right? So that's it. That's the case. How did I make it the alpha childhood? And the omega of this argument, right? So you're like, what are we doing with this then? Like, she's in the apartment complex in L.A.? What? You know what I'm saying? So, like, what happens if, like, you're in, Sweden, and your kid sees a lady crying, but is she going to morph all the way to the other side of the planet? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I think we've agreed that this is just not a very good movie. I feel bad because, like, the guy, Raymond Cruz, he tries so hard. And he's trying to be like the old lady in the Poltergeist movie, like this house is cleansed type thing. Where he's like the expert on La Llorona somehow. Yeah, he's gonna do all of these things. He's putting the stuff around the door frames. Like, I've heard about putting like brick dust and stuff like that. Yeah. But he was putting something like of a tree, I believe. From some weird tree that only grows in the stream where she first killed her kids, and you can't. And nothing else is she's invincible to literally everything else in the world other than the parts of this tree in, Mexico somehow. I don't get it. But anyway, he puts the little flower buds around all of the entrances of the house to try to keep her out. But we've already seen that she comes in and out of the house at will, right? She snuck up on the little girl in the bathroom. So did she need the door? Does she need the window? Right? So, of course, it don't work.
And then they end up getting in this whole big battle where he ends up having to say, oh, by the way, this cross was also made out of the wood from the tree that is the only thing that can hurt La Llorona, and I just happen to have it, because of the MacGuffin of the plot story. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it's not... I know you guys are tired of hearing me say that it's just lazy. Like, it's just lazy writing. But in this movie, it really is. Like, it's just... There's no mentor in the hero's journey in this. It's just like this guy, and then he gets beat up by La Llorona too, and he's supposed to be the only one that knows what's going on, but the priest knew what was going on, but then the priest couldn't do anything because he's a Catholic. He's not a whatever,
like an exorcism.
Yeah, like like the spirit, the guy, the Raphael.
Oh yeah.
He's not a herb worker like that guy is. So, like, is she a demon then? Because, like, shouldn't the priest be doing this?
Oh, that's what I said. How does it fall into a demonic
Instead
possession?
of some guy that owns a bodega down an alley somewhere? Like, it doesn't... I don't know. Like, I kind of... I feel
Reel
like
it back.
in some of these movies, I'd like, can we bring Annabelle in here, and like La Llorona comes in with a sick Annabelle on him, like that'd be a better movie, right?
Annabelle versus
Right.
La Llorona.
Like that, don't steal that movie. That's a plot. I'm gonna make that movie. It's gonna be like Cabin in the Woods, only it's all haunted objects battling it out, like a haunted object death match.
You know what movie pissed me off? The Freddy versus Jason. Everybody knows that Freddy would win. Why did Jason win?
I love that movie. And I was, that there's, if you ever watched Freddy versus Jason, the movie, that there's different endings depending on which theater you saw it in. There's 3 different endings. So I was so happy that I saw the ending where Freddy got over.
I got the Jason one.
Did you? Oh, I was so happy. I was like, yeah, Freddy won.
Boo. I got the boo end rating. Okay, why don't we go ahead and rate it? Here's our haunted rating system. Boom! I got to do this fast. I think we both agree. Well, he said something about the toilet.
The toilet,
I think that it wasn't cinematography and whatnot were good.
Yeah, I mean, as far as movies go, you could do a lot worse. But as far as Conjuring movies go,
so we're going to rate this a 1 out of 5. The Phantom Fiasco, which is a ghostly disaster, barely a flicker of light. Don't bother crossing over to this one. Like a river. Don't cross the river.
Don't cross the river.
Don't cross the river.
Because La Llorona's going to come and pull you in somehow. I don't know.
So what else has been going on? We had our second annual meet and greet with the Veritas Project at Lemp Mansion.
Yeah, that was good. Really good. We're going to talk about that on this Saturday.
The boys will be talking about that. There's a couple of movies. There's a movie I want to go see, Weapons.
Yeah, Weapons is out in theaters right now. And we want to go see that.
You're off this weekend, so maybe we can sneak away and see a movie, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
The next Conjuring movie is coming out the first week of September.
Yes.
So we'll have to go see that.
So we'll see if that wraps it up. I mean, they finally going to kill off Ed Warren with a heart attack.
Ed Warren, right.
Yeah, we watched something last night about the Warrens, and
yeah,
we had seen the
Y-Files one before, and we were watching Beardo's reaction to the Y-Files episode. So it was nice to see somebody else's insight into the thing.
Yeah. Any movies or anything?
I watched a bunch of movies on Tubi recently. I saw The Love Witch. I watched...
which was from like 2016, wasn't it?
Yeah. No,
it looks
like it was newer than that even.
I thought it was something I was thinking...
It looks like it's from the 1960s, which I really appreciate, because that's like my go-to horror movie thing right now is the 60s. And it's a love letter to those 1960s movies. The costuming and the way they filmed it, and it looks exactly like a movie from the 1960s.
We did that. We just finished watching The Chestnut Men.
Yeah, The Chestnut Men.
Which is I guess it's a Denmark.
Yeah, Dutch it says.
A Dutch, Danish.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually pretty. I mean, it kind of kept you guessing.
It drug a lot, and there's whole episodes of it you could probably just cut out of that show. But that's how those Swedish kind of
And
thriller
it was
movies
dubbed
or-
in English.
Yeah, and it was really good,
But
really well dubbed.
I never knew there was such a fascination with chestnuts.
Chestnuts, I didn't know that
Like,
either.
I guess it's a big deal.
It's a
Like
big thing.
we used to have them at where I grew up, and we would take the damn things and put them in slingshots, and you would throw them at each. I mean, for the most part, growing up as we did,
Yeah.
almost anything could be a weapon.
Right. Yeah, it was really good. I recommend it. And if you'd asked me that at the halfway point of that series, I'd have told you you can avoid it. It's not that good. But when it finally starts, because the first 2/3 of the show of the series is setting up who did what, who was where, and who knows, and what is everything going on. And then the last third goes really fast. Almost to the point where you're like, who is that guy again? Who is that? And what are we doing now? You know what I mean? And then once it ties up, it's really good. And I really, really liked it in the end. It was slow burn, but
Yeah, slow burn was the word I was going to use.
but it was good.
Well, anything else? I can't think of anything else we've been watching recently.
No, I like I say, I watched a bunch of silly 1960s horror movies and they were silly in 1960s horror movies. They weren't that special. They were, they're just campy and weird, and I love them. So you give it an old castle and some sort of mystery going on, and you got me on board.
Well, we were talking about this at Lamp, which Lamp actually the day before we got there was this horrible storm that rolled through, and the Lamp Mansion was hit by lightning, and it blew up their chimney.
The chimney blew the chimney
all over.
off.
I mean, that would, and we were talking about that. Why is there not a movie about Lamp Mansion, like a horror movie about Lamp Mansion?
I know.
If there is one out there, I've never come across it. I've never heard it.
There's multiple documentaries about the Lamp Mansion, but there's not an actual an well acted movie about the Lamp Mansion.
And they're pretty fascinating, because if anybody knows anything about, they made the first beer, was it a pale ale or whatever,
Yeah.
and then obviously Anheuser-Busch who literally was not a few blocks away, started, and then they ended up having, two suicide or two
Three
unalivings.
This is YouTube. We can say what we
Oh,
want.
okay.
We don't have to engage in wrong speak for the masters on the TikTok. We can just
so
say what
basically
we
in
want.
the house, at least two or three in the house.
Yeah.
And
then the one in her suite,
Yeah.
across town in the Ritchie neighborhood.
But yeah, where is the, you've got the haunting in Connecticut, this would be a good Conjuring movie area.
The Conjuring Universe.
I guess there's really nobody has ever been. I mean, that mansion is highly active in terms of paranormal. It was the one that I was made me change my mind about the paranormal, because I was always very skeptical for a long time, and this thing,
it was the first place that I ever took ghost investigation equipment to and had it work for real. A lot of the stuff you take to somebody's house or you take to a haunted location, and it kind of works halfway, or there's kind of hit or miss, but at the Lamp Mansion, they talk directly to you.
Oh, they
call you out by name.
When we have the portal box, when we turn it on, all of a sudden you start hearing, "Hey, hi, hello."
Yeah.
They're wanting your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somebody out there needs to make a movie about the Lamp Mansion, the Lamp family.
Yeah.
Haunted St. Louis.
Yeah.
Stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on.
I'm sure
in
that
this
there's
town.
a problem. There might be a lot of stories out there, but no one has ever put it all together.
Yeah.
Because
Troy Taylor does that stuff.
Yeah, I guess and he's giving lectures and stuff on that.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot again?
I think so.
Oh,
Okay. Too many rabbit holes.
Let's reel it back, and we'll say what next time on the. We'll see you next time.
See you next time on the Midnight Matinee.
Bye.
See ya.
Here's Todd.
You've been watching the Midnight Matinee, brought to you by the Veritas Project. So when the clock strikes 12, grab your tickets for the next episode of the Midnight Matinee.